It's great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. I mean, when we talk about the ag business, it's just front and center with what's been going on with the global story and concerns. What is your take on that?
So we thrive in a free trade environment, and this is anything but. So currently, right now, all the trade talks and the dynamic sort of changes in trade policy is making it very challenging for us to pick our spots and market our produce. But that being said, though, we're still exporting about 30% of everything we produce in California, but we also have a global business model where we source fruit in Mexico and we produce lemons in Chile, Argentina, and South Africa to create more global supply chains for our customers.
Because I saw your last report on the 10th here of September that you did face some pricing challenges, but overall you beat the street, Wall Street's targets. So that must have been obviously at least some part of some good planning. And what is the plan going forward with these pricing challenges?
Yeah, so the pricing was really more of a product mix issue in that we had sustained rains in California, fortunately this last year. The downside of that was we were unable to actually harvest with the rest of the industry for 8 weeks. And by the time we got into the orchards to harvest the lemons, they'd grown to be basically 3 large sizes where normally there's 8 sizes. And those very large lemons were harder to market and sell, which created the downward
So
price
that was a sort of a one-off.
Yes, exactly.
Right? Somewhat of a one-off. I mean, avocados. Can I just have a quick thought on avocados? Because everybody complains how they pay more for guacamole at Chipotle. Avocado thought?
Yeah, so avocados are, the tailwinds of demand in the United States are incredible. Per capita consumption has doubled over the last 10 years.
Pricing has come down from the summer spike.
And that's really a function of where we source our avocados, which is predominantly in Mexico and in Peru. They are now experiencing much larger harvests and much bigger crops, which is giving more abundant supplies, which is why the prices are finally coming down.
So what's the outlook for the company? I mean, what's the revenue growth? What do you see for the next 12 months?
So we see double-digit revenue growth continuing and sustaining. We're still feeding off of per capita consumption growth with burgeoning middle classes in export markets right now. And we're also seeing great demand, probably about 5% growth here in the United States market. So all of that demand for our citrus and avocados is very encouraging for us.
What about the organic folks? I mean, that was such a trajectory for everybody wanted organic. Is that coming off a little bit, or is it just the wave of the future?
As a segment, it's still growing very rapidly. What we're facing as a producer is that when you think about all of the things that are trying to ruin your crops, bugs basically, to go completely organic with all of our production isn't as profitable as creating more sustainably produced produce. So that's really what we focus on.
I know you work closely with a lot of the supermarkets. I mean, what supermarkets or where are you working? Are you working with Kroger? Are you working with Whole Foods?
Pretty much all of them. We're a big supplier to both Kroger and Whole Foods. And
so by Amazon, right?
Yes, and so the organic segment is a rapidly growing segment, so we're watching it very closely and participating in it. But today, about 8% of our total production is organic.
And then what about casual dining? Do you any of these restaurants that we follow closely, do you work with any of those restaurants?
So we try to work with all of them. Probably the coveted opportunity is to bring fresh lemonade into these quick serve restaurants, and so we work a lot, very
Any
much.
Of them that are publicly traded that we know of?
So we're a big supplier to Chipotle. You've heard of them.
Oh,
and we're constantly trying to get our lemons into all of them.
Okay, and then you also have a footprint in real estate. What do you think about the real estate market here in the States? I mean, when you break it down.
So very low interest
and
rates.
Low rates.
Yeah, very low interest rates is creating a great opportunity for the affordability of homes. Where we live in coastal California, it's very supply constrained. So it's a great opportunity to actually sell new homes. And so today we're working on developing 1,500 homes in a master plan community in our small little town of Santa Paula, California.
So do you see any acquisitions coming for the company? Are you working on anything?
We're constantly reviewing a pipeline and working on a pipeline of acquisitions, both domestically and globally. Nothing really to announce right now, but we're always looking.